Brand new fallout from the president's claims that the Obama administration tapped his phones during the election. FBI Director James Comey reportedly now asking the Justice Department to refute those allegations. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge is live in Washington. All right, Catherine, what is the latest on the FBI's reaction to the president?
Well, Shannon, good morning. A government source tells Fox News that FBI Director James Comey has issued a tasking to identify who had access to the FISA information from the Russian investigation because he's deeply frustrated by the leaks of this highly sensitive information that was only known at the highest levels of government. Also this morning, the White House urged the House and Senate Intelligence Committees to investigate whether the last administration abused its power.
The committees would use their oversight authority to see whether or not this in fact happened. We know that there was a lot of political motivation, a lot of politically motivated investigations and stories and activities during the campaign, and he would like this to be incorporated as part of the investigation.
Law enforcement sources confirmed to Fox News that President Trump's tweets caught FBI Director James Comey and the Justice Department off guard, and there was no prior consultation. They are not confirming a New York Times report, though, that Director Comey asked the Justice Department to debunk these allegations after the president's tweets, Shannon.
All right, Catherine, what about folks on the Hill? What are lawmakers saying about this today?
Well, a member of the House Intelligence Committee told your show last hour that there is a paper trail and Congress has the authority to review it.
Right now, the executive branch is controlled not by the Obama administration, but by the Trump administration. So whatever information is out there, and there would be a paper trail, is now controlled by the executive branch run by Mr. Trump.
Over the weekend, the former director of national intelligence said the allegations about tapping at the Trump Tower are baseless, while a former attorney general believes there was surveillance.
I think the president was not correct, certainly, in saying that President Obama ordered a tap on a server in Trump Tower. However, I think he's right in that there was surveillance and that it was conducted at the behest of the attorney of the Justice Department through the FISA court.
I can deny it.
There is no FISA court order.
Not to my knowledge.
Of anything at Trump Tower?
No.
Meantime, Fox News has learned that Democrats were frustrated by the FBI director's refusal last week during classified hearings to identify the specific number of individuals and the identity of those individuals who are under investigation in the Russia probe. Director Comey cited the criminal probe as his reason for not identifying them, but also nothing was given at that briefing, that indicated that there was collusion, Shannon.
And that continues to be what we hear. All right, Catherine Herridge, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I want to bring in Lisa Booth now, president and founder of High Noon Strategies, Washington Examiner contributor, Fox News contributor, and Emily Tisch-Sussman, campaign director for the Center for American Progress Action Fund. And ladies, good day to both of you.
Hi, Bill.
Dangerous game. I don't know where it's going. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it ends up, right? We can all agree on that. But this is dangerous territory on behalf of the government and the amount of trust the American people holds in its institutions. Lisa, based on what you read over the weekend, where are you on this?
I agree with you, Bill, and I think this is sort of the untold story of all of this, is the fact that there is just a blatant distrust with Americans in all institutions of government. And I think that's a broad and an underlying concern in all of this. You know, look, a lot of the basically everything we're dealing with right now is all in hypotheticals. There has been absolutely nothing indicating that there was direct collusion between anyone within the Trump camp and Russians. That's also what the former DNI director, James Clapper, had recently said, as well as Senator Coons on Fox News Sunday, of not knowing of any of that information, if that's true or not, or any indication that there's actual collusion. There's also, you know, this bombshell of allegation by President Trump that we also don't know is true. And so I think that's the big concern here, is we're dealing with hypotheticals, and Americans just simply don't trust any of these institutions anymore.
Let me get to Coons in a second. First, Emily, go ahead and just tell us where you are on this right now.
Yeah, on a rare day, Lisa and I are in total agreement. It is very hard to trust any of these institutions, and the only way to actually get to the bottom of it is to have a total independent investigation into the extent of the attacks of Russia hacking into the election and to what extent the Trump campaign knew about it.
Do you don't think Congress can do that?
I mean,
you've got a Senate committee, you got a House committee.
We need true independence. There's been no indication of the fact that the Republican leaders, both in the Senate and the House of the effective committees, are looking for actual facts here. They keep parroting what Trump is saying, and so the only way to do it is to have a true, independent, fully staffed investigation. And it's something the American people want as well. New polling out today shows that 65% of all Americans and half of Republicans want there to be true independence in looking
You're calling
in an
for an
investigation.
independent counsel, right? I mean, that's what you want.
We
right?
want an independent counsel. I think everybody we want the facts. Look, everybody wants the facts.
If you do that,
here.
you take it off the headlines. So the next time a politician comes on TV or the president comes on TV and you ask them, they say, I can't talk about it. It's an investigation. That's the effect of that. That's
it could certainly be.
You never know where it goes. Okay, so that has not yet happened. So let's keep our powder dry.
But Bill, can I actually say to your point that we don't know where it goes, we don't know where it ends up. That's exactly the point. Like, there should be a true investigation to find out that is separate from all politics, to find out what actually happened.
We heard from Trey Gowdy last hour. He says they're already on this, so let's see where it goes. But I mentioned Senator Coons from the Democratic side, who said this on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace.
I believe that our intelligence community, which is the most sophisticated in the world, has intercepts, has raw intelligence, and it's important that the Senate Intelligence Committee, which is conducting an investigation, be given access to those intercepts, to transcripts of those intercepts, so that they can get to the bottom of this.
So then, Lisa, if that's the case, they will get to the bottom of it if indeed the evidence exists.
Right, and there's been ongoing investigations. There has been investigations. The New York Times reported in October that the FBI hadn't found any link between the Trump camp and Russia as well. So I mean, look, there is ongoing investigations, and it was Senator Coons, and this is the big problem too. A lot of this has become politicized because it was Senator Coons on MSNBC not too long ago who was indicating that he knows of some sort of transcripts that exist, and then admitted after heavy pressing from Chris Wallace that he didn't know if these documents actually existed. So that's the problem, is a lot of this is being politicized. And look, the idea that somehow we need Russia to undermine democracy and undermine the trust in institutions is laughable. We're doing a good enough job on that own. There's been so many reports from the media that are false. There's been allegations from the left, calls to abolish the Electoral College, members of Congress saying that this president is not legitimate, calling for electors to defect. We don't need Russia to undermine democracy because we're doing a good enough job of doing that on our own here.
Okay,
and it's very concerning.
What Coons was asked about, now I'm reading from the transcript here, the comments may be some way misinterpreted as leading to a sort of hyperventilating attitude around here in the Senate about this. I apologize for that. That's not what I was trying to do. That was from Senator Coons, a clarification yesterday. Emily, go ahead and respond to Lisa there.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that we're going to get to the bottom of any of this is to have a full independent investigation. I think it's hard to say that the people that are on, the senators that are on the committee are not speaking with full authority, when in fact we know they are not speaking with full information because they don't have access to full information. It's
Emily,
been very clear.
Do you think it's possible, I mean, without the proof of the Trump Tower, without the proof of collusion during the campaign of last year, do you think it's possible there are those in the so-called deep state of Washington, D.C., who are just trying to throw this president off stride? Do you accept that?
There may be some, but that does not appear to be what is driving the conversation right now. We do know that the full consensus of the Intelligence Committee, in a report that came out just before the inauguration, that shows that the full consensus of the Intelligence Committee, of the intelligence community, is that Russia did interfere with the election.
But Bill,
the thing that we don't know is to what extent the Trump campaign knew about it.
There is no evidence
so
that any votes were thrown on behalf of Russia.
No, absolutely not.
Period.
That's not how they operate, and that's in fact not what I'm saying. But what we should know is to what extent the Trump campaign knew that Russia was interfering with the investigation. That's what we should know. Until we know that, we really don't know how close the connection is.
Well, look, I think the timing is highly suspicious of this Sessions information surfacing after President Trump gave what was universally praised as a very good speech and sort of setting the tone of his future administration in a very positive direction. The timing of that was highly suspicious. So I think the idea that there are forces that are trying to undermine the Trump administration, just look at the timing of that release of information last week.
Okay, Emily, thank you. Lisa, thanks to you as well.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
More to come. Appreciate the spirited effort today.